Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News, and we've got a good conversation. You know, these podcasts that they do here on Clickbait, I normally roll my eyes, and I'll be rolling my eyes at them because they're usually like snooze fest, boring. They're all platitudes. Well, I feel like I found love. Shut it. You know what I mean? But Clayton is approaching the finish line, or lack of a finish line, and he is telling us some information about what to expect for the two-night finale. So we'll get into that. Do me a favor, follow me on Instagram at DNeals, and after this video, you can go check out The Dave Neal Show, which has non-Bachelor-related content. Today's video is about Lindsay Lohan's new Christmas movie. I don't know if you guys are like me, you know, old Jingle Bell Dave over here. You know I love a good Christmas movie, and Lindsay Lohan's going to be the perfect star of Christmas. Whoever thought, oh, you know, who can save Christmas? You know, everyone's like, oh, Christmas is canceled. They're killing Christmas. It's like, well, breaking news. We've got Lindsay Lohan. Anyway, that's a big digression. You can go check out the Dave Neal Show if you want to watch that after this video. All right, so we've got Clayton Underwood, as they call him in the streets, explaining, that's not the one. That's not the video. We've got Clayton Underwood talking about his finale, and he mentions that it's going to get wild, and he's going to be taking a social media break. That's how you know it's going down, when you preemptively, like, close out your Instagram. You're like, listen, you ever do that? You're like, take my phone, take my keys, take everything, take my water. I don't want to be known for the next month. I'm going to Palm Springs. I'm going to put in some headphones, listen to a couple of podcasts about aliens, and pretend like I didn't just blow up The Bachelor. Let's have a listen.
Feel like yours is the craziest?
Well, you have to understand that I have probably only watched 4 or 5 episodes prior to this. So,
by the way, did you guys notice that Deandra just disappeared? She's going to make an appearance again. I will be giving away a free car to if anyone can spot Deandra speaking during this whole clip.
I can't really say. I've seen bits and pieces of other seasons now after the fact. But I really, as far as comparing mine versus somebody else's, what I will say is that I guess, they added an extra episode in because two episodes maybe, because they couldn't fit all of what happened into the regularly scheduled episodes.
You see, Clayton was given so much loving in the fantasy suites that they actually needed to extend it. By the way, shout out to Natasha for the best lit webcam video I've ever seen. Look I don't know where Natasha is, but take me there. That is such great natural lighting.
Yeah, it's a two-night finale. So with that, I guess it just depends on what you think's dramatic, whether or not it's par for the course.
Where's Deandra?
I'll put that. There's so much that they had to add in an episode or two extra, as far as if it's dramatic enough.
Is she pooping?
Dramatic. That's going to be up to everyone else to decide.
No, Clayton, I like you. I like this. I like this. Do not do this to us. Don't do this to us. Next week, we'll be like, oh, hell, y'all. No, I'm kidding.
I like
when she hits this.
We're very honest on clickbait, okay?
No, and I like that. Again, I've had people have come to me with constructive criticism, and they told me, hey, you screwed up, and I respond pretty well to that. That's what I'm used to. That's what my dad, as people will see, my dad's very much just tells it like it is, and that's really what I respond to best. So I expect more of that going forward. I expect people to scratch their heads, and at the end of the day, I did, again, I keep saying this. I know people are like, oh, no, this is the truth. I did follow my heart. I did what I thought was best. And because of that, I don't have any regrets. Ultimately, because in those moments, I followed my heart. So I can't.
So you don't have any regrets. That is great.
No.
You have said online that at times you regret it being The Bachelor. Do you still feel that way?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I'm in a lot better headspace than I was a few weeks ago when I was really getting just overcome by the amount of criticism. But at this point, it's just the same stuff every day. And I realize, again, those individuals making those comments do not.
Hey, Deandra's back. Deandra took a poop. She was pooping.
Not know me personally. Everyone that knows me personally understands that, hey, you might have screwed up here and there, but your heart was in the right spot. So,
hey, listen, It's almost over. You got
It's
a few more
almost
weeks,
over.
and then you
Just
are,
a
and you
little
are in the
longer.
clear,
I'm
and you
smooth sailing.
you could chill, and you're gonna look back. I'm telling you, you're gonna look back at this in a year from now and be like, you know what, that was pretty fucking cool. What advice would you?
Deandra's looks. I know. This is supposed to be about Clayton. Deandra looks like she didn't get the raise she asked for. Like, you ever do that at work? We've all had those jobs where you don't get the raise you're like, all right, fine, I'll show up. No, I'll punch the clock. I'll be fine. You just sit there.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, what advice would you give to the next guy that's going to take this role?
Ooh, man, I got a whole journal full of pieces of advice.
Here's some advice, Clayton. You don't need to give the advice. Don't tell all the women you're banging them. How's that for some advice? Or at least don't do it in public. Do it one-on-one. All right, let's go back to the 59-minute mark here. Let me just jump forward. Deandra's back. I want to know what's going on with Deandra. That's the most confusing part here. It's like I'm not one to speak about conspiracies, but where did Deandra go? And why is she now back? And if you start to, where's my wand? If you start to look at some of the shrubbery, the succulents, I know women love a good succulent here, but do the succulents tell us a story we're not listening to? Are those even real? Is she even there? Or did they just put her in post? These are questions I don't have the answers to. Let's continue.
You're going to go down this nasty pathway of just having more and more regrets pile on, and it's going to end up not being an authentic experience.
Yes, and I'm going to say this to you, as it sounds like the next couple of weeks going to be kind of hard for you, Clayton.
Yeah.
It takes just as much energy to engage as it takes just as much energy not to engage, if that makes sense. So you choose where you put your energy,
I think
that's the problem, is he chose where to put his energy. Oh, wrong one. Let me do that again. That's the problem. He chose where to put his energy. And now he's going to have to pay for the price. Okay, that's a Fantasy Suite joke. So again, and by the way, I love Deandra. This is nothing against her. What I'm assuming went down is that, and again, I didn't watch the whole episode. What I'm assuming is that when they bring Clayton in for the interview, they're like, all right, Joe and Natasha will ask the questions because they don't want 3 different people asking the questions. And then so she's just sitting that out, but she's observing it. It just looks funny because we're like, where did she go? Maybe she's listening to a different podcast. They're over here talking. She's listening to Call Her Daddy or whatever.
I will probably take some.
Or maybe she's watching me. Maybe, who knows? Maybe she's watching the old Dave Neal Power recapper.
Much of somewhat of a hiatus the next few weeks on social media. I will be probably still posting a little bit, but not nearly as much, nor reading because, I'm aware of what's coming up, and it'll.
Whoa! This is the story. I'm aware of what's coming up.
Probably do me best if I just take a step back for a couple weeks.
That's like when you preemptively diet because you know Christmas is coming up. You're like, I know it's best. I'm going to need to take a step back from chocolate for the next few weeks because I'm going to be an animal when it comes to spiked eggnog and, chocolate covered moose balls or whatever. What are those little things? The little peanut butter, moose nuts and moose knuckles. What do they call that when they dip the chocolate in it? My fiance calls it bourbon balls. In Kentucky, they put bourbon in there. Whatever you can do to get alcohol into chocolate, coat it with more chocolate, wrap it with a bow, that's Christmas. And Christmas could not be better without Lindsay Lohan. Boy, you can't wait in 8 months. I'm going to give you guys the best Lindsay Lohan Christmas movie review. Who needs Rotten Tomatoes when you got Sassy Dave?
Remember that attitude, the shot of tequila. Fuck it. I'll do another shot. Fuck it. All right, Clayton, we know we got to.
You should have tequila now with you, Clayton.
We know we got to let you go, but we really appreciate you coming on, and
thank you.
We wish you nothing
All right, let's see if Deandra says bye.
but the best, and can't wait to watch the rest of your time on the show.
All right, well, thank you guys so much.
Oh, she said thank you. Oh, she did talk. I owe somebody a car. All right, folks. Well, that was this episode. Listen, no, it's nothing against Deandra. They obviously, you don't need 3 people conducting an interview. You just don't need it. There's only one Barbara Walters. You know what I mean? Can you imagine 3 Barbara Walters in a row talking to someone? He's like, all I did was go on a dating show. Do I really need this many people? You do when they all have a third of a personality. I'm kidding. They don't. These are talented people. I actually, I'll tell you what though. As a podcaster, I will say it's the format that sucks. They're all just there. They're not in person. They used to do these in person before the pandemic. I do hope they get back to doing them in person because it really, really is subpar interviews. I know you get to talk to more people. You can just jump on the thing and go around, but it's really subpar quality. I mean, this is one of the biggest reality TV shows in the world. Get a good studio, fly people in, and have great conversations. You know what I mean? They're just botching it. They're literally shooting this like it's some, startup company you work for. Anyway, what am I going to do? None of that's important to the conversation. I got one more video coming up. I'm a little late. I had to get my blood drawn today. I've had this rash breakout. Boy, geez, I tell you, I must be allergic to the drama that's happening on the show, or lack thereof. But let me know what you guys think of this video. One more on the way, so make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Double check. Sometimes you think you're subscribed and you're really not. And of course, go check out my Lindsay Lohan video on the Dave Neal Show. I'll post a little link right here. You can click on it. Click on it right now. Go watch it. All right, folks. We'll see you in a little bit. Bye now.